Hey y'all, 3 Foot Lego guy here. Just got a package in from Amazon and I thought I'd open it up and give a review of what's inside. So give me a moment to open it up and we'll get started. All right, so I've opened it up and what we have here are some off-brand base plates from Amazon, from a company called LVHERO. You can buy these in packages of 16 or 8. I got them in packages of 16. It was about $27 with tax for each pack of 16, which comes out to about $1.70 per base plate, which compared to Lego's base plates is astronomically cheaper. And I know some people get a little iffy with off-brand stuff, and I love Lego and will continue to use it, but there's a particular reason I bought these, and once I unpack them fully, I'll show you why. So the reason I bought these off-brand base plates is because of these. This is a Trix Bricks Double Straight. I've had many of these over the years, and I continue to do so, as I think they are an excellent and easy thing to lay down. Just plop them on the floor, pop them on a base plate, like, they work great. But there's a problem. So for the past few years, I have always just thrown train track on the floor. And it's worked great. Been a little rough depending on the terrain, but generally works good. However, as you will have undoubtedly seen, I have started adding base plates so everything looks a lot cleaner, which it does, and I will show all of this off in a future video. However, with that, I have encountered a problem. So let me get that set up and I can demonstrate it. So my problem started when I started to ballast on my train track. As you can see here, I use 2x8 plates, for now in green, and it was working great until I started using Trix Bricks parts. That's when I remembered and rediscovered again that Trix Bricks double straights are longer than Lego train tracks. With this blue base plate, I can demonstrate it by attaching this piece of train track at one end and then carefully letting it sit. You will notice, just ever so slightly, there's a clear difference. And to demonstrate it further, when I attach it, there's a slight bend in the track, which is clearly evident. Now, by itself, it's not an issue because, you know, it's a piece of track. Put it on the floor and it's fine. When you put it on a base plate, however, that's when the problems come in. And it leads to things like this. This is a Lego base plate with Trix Bricks parts. And when you put it next to a non-Trix Bricks track one, you'll notice there's a gap. If I switch to the other side, you'll see it. It's not as bad, but it is still there. When I rediscovered this, after forgetting for a while, I was silently cursing myself because I was like, dang it, there go my layout plans. Until I started asking around the community, and through the help of Cam's Trains, I discovered that these base plates are just ever so slightly long enough that they accommodate the bend. It is still there. You can notice it if you look very closely, but when put next to a Lego base plate, there's very little difference. And when put next to the one that has the bend, you can clearly tell which one's straighter. However, despite this fix, there are a few other issues that I have with these. So the two issues I have with these off-brand base plates is the color matching and connection points. Let's start with color matching. So when I bought these were supposed to be in Lego green, and I actually have a Lego green base plate right here. Now you'll notice that there is a big color difference between these two. And at first I thought that this one was ever so slightly weathered and there was just issues wrong with the Lego one, not the actual base plate. So what I did was I washed this just recently and the issue was still there. So I then had two brand new Lego parts, this 2x8 plate in green, and when I put it up against it, you'll notice it's still too light. So I thought, oh, the base plate must be dark green. So I got a dark green part. Yeah, it doesn't match whatsoever. So it's like, well, dang it. There goes my plans of ballasting my train track in green or dark green. It just won't match. I have some issues around that, but it is a downside. The other one is connection points. So we are going to use these green plates here to demonstrate them. In connecting these plates together, they tend to want to not really connect, as they like to bend at the seams, as shown here. They can be quite difficult to get to stay together, rather. Now, does that mean it's bad? No, it just means if you're like me and you put them in a main walkway, when you step on them, the tiles I normally use to hold them all together like to pop off, which can be very annoying. But overall, these are just minor issues. In conclusion, these base plates have been a wonderful addition to my layout. I'm quite happy as I keep installing them further and further, and the results are showing just based on that alone. And for their price point of being $1.70 roughly, compared to Lego's usually $7 per base plate, I'd give these a 9 out of 10. The color variation and stud connection just brings them down from being 10 out of 10, but for the price point alone, they are 100% worth it. And with that, that is the end of this video. I'd like to thank Cam's Bricks for the initial recommendation of base plates, Max Production for the initial YouTube advice, as well as Nonsense Wars for YouTube advice, and for help and advice in making this video. Their links will be in the bio, along with the base plates. That is all from me, folks. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.